In partnership with Wing VC, we are at Nasdaq's market site celebrating the Enterprise Tech 30 list. My name is Christina Ayanian, and joining me today is CEO of Dust, Gabriel Hubert. Gabriel, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Christina. Thanks for having me.
Now, Dust is a platform for LLMs. Can you break that down for our viewers who might not know what an LLM is and what Dust does?
Yeah. So Dust is a software company that builds tools, infrastructure, and products that help companies take advantage of large language models, this last revolution in generative artificial intelligence, and use them in a way that's safe, that also uses their own proprietary and sensitive data, and that also fits their customized needs. It's really trying to bring the power of large language models into the enterprise, and doing so in a way that really fits the customizable nature of large language models.
What are some use cases as to how your clients are using Dust? How would I, from Nasdaq's perspective, go in and use Dust?
Yeah, absolutely. Like Nasdaq might be interested in providing a way for new employees to find information easily, to know if a document, an internal memo is stale or not, or for employees to be able to stay on top of a project that's going on the side that you want a summary of, and that you want a summary of in your language. You know, I have friends who are dyslexic, they want very short sentences with very simple words. That's not always the way a memo is internally written, so being able to have that translation layer between what the memo was written for and who's consuming it is another example. A third example could just be helping people write better memos. You're about to send a note internally to update people on a project. How can the software help you find the internal documents that already exist, maybe link them automatically, help you expand on a project name, or let you know that the project has changed names internally so people aren't confusing things internally?
And like you mentioned before, and with your comments now, it really sounds like AI is propelling Dust. Your platform was built on artificial intelligence.
Absolutely.
With the big AI boom that's happening now, how is that impacting your company?
Well, I mean, it really is justifying our company. My co-founder was at OpenAI as a research engineer for just under 4 years. And over the years, we've been a little obsessed at the ways in which we can bring some of the best operating principles from companies that we've been lucky to work at, OpenAI, Stripe, et cetera, and productize them, give them to other companies so they can access the best of that. Those companies have principles around letting employees be empowered, letting them be autonomous, letting information free flowly and that transparency to help people make better decisions all the time. And we really saw in large language models last year the disruption that we needed to build convincing products that empower those use cases.
How are you managing that rapid growth with AI? How are you staying really customer-centric and really going above and beyond from what they think they need, but they don't know that they need yet?
Yeah, I think it's a great question, and I think the answer is in the question, but you have to remain very customer-centric, and also sometimes stay convinced and confident in some of the things that you feel you might know and have a little bit of an edge on. So for us, it's all about listening to the needs, the pressing needs that have become abundantly clear to leaders of companies. Ever since the first demo of ChatGPT, the number of companies that know something's going on and that they need to care about it has gone through the roof. But it's now understanding which use cases we feel we're a better fit for. Dust is really there to try and empower the key employees of a company, and we don't really want to focus on use cases where companies are going to try and replace humans with software too quickly. And for leaders in companies, it's really opening their eyes to the possibilities of software and guiding them through concrete use cases that they can respond to and say, we literally talked about that in the executive committee yesterday, we want to fix that immediately, how can we roll you out?
It's software as an additive tool, not a replacement.
Well, it's definitely that, and it's an empowering and an augmenting tool. We really see the machine and humans optimistically collaborating in way more powerful ways, and the software just doing the stuff that I don't feel too many people are really excited about doing, and that still sometimes cling on to our experiences day to day.
It's very exciting, and your story sounds like there's a tremendous room for growth as well. What's next for Dust?
The first wave of design partners that we're working with is obviously front and center, growing the company, growing the list of partners and early customers, all the things that you have to do in a very early stage company at the same time. So what's next is really bringing this product to market in an open way and having a larger number of companies that we feel a strong alignment with use it, give us feedback, and help us make it even deeper and broader.
Being an early stage company, like you mentioned, you really have a strong trajectory into the future. Do you have advice for other entrepreneurs who want to either dive into this field or really want to make that next step?
Yeah. This isn't the first time that I'm lucky enough to start a company, so I guess I'm living proof that you can do it, enjoy it, and want to do it again. That's the first piece of commentary I'd add. I was thinking about a couple of things that I feel are really important. First of all, you have to know why you're doing it. It's going to get quite choppy and messy. It's going to be a long road, and being at peace with exactly what you're seeking in that adventure is, I think, very, very core. In this particular industry, you also have to remain calm and try and separate the wheat from the chaff. It's very noisy. There are a lot of updates that may look scary to you, but that might just be demos or might not yet be fully productized. It's going to be a long and winding road, and I think it takes 100 years to build a 100-year company. So this is going to be a very layered set of stages for all these companies. And I would really encourage founders to stay the course. If there's something you believe you have passion about and an insight on, just keep going at it. It's going to take time, but it's going to come through.
Absolutely. I like what you mentioned about the windy road, because there isn't a direct or a correct path, but you will reach your goal. You just have to adapt.
I think that's really what founders have to live with, the constant adaptation. It's a fast-paced environment. I think generative artificial intelligence is even faster paced, but it's still the same principles that apply. You need to know why you're doing it. You need to make it a fundamentally human experience, build the best team, and also build software that really works and makes the experience of the humans that use it a slightly better one, and take the time it takes to build something great and enduring.
You are building something great and enduring. Thank you so much for sharing your story, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks very much for having me.